Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get the one field here sprayed for weeds. Of course, I didn't even think about this, but the soybeans are ready this month. Completely didn't even think that would be ready, but don't think that is the priority. We have quite a few fields, obviously, that need to be planted too, especially if we do the corn in there. So that is probably priority, is making sure things are actually planted over doing more and more harvests, at least right now. Yeah, then we'll likely do, I have the slurry tanker over here, so we should be able to get at least the grass field, I'm thinking, and maybe we'll put a little bit down on the big canola field. That way we have a little bit, and we should use a little bit less liquid fertilizer, is kind of the thought process, at least. Whether it works out that way, we'll see, but I get to try that method in 25. Now, something I used quite a bit in 22, though, was I would use slurry to kind of lower the amount that we'd have to use later. Was it a foolproof method? Not really, because there was times where it wasn't the most consistently across the whole field done. So that'll be something we'll have to keep an eye on. We'll have to keep a fairly close eye on to make sure that it's not messing it up either. I seem to remember having some fields in 22 where they'd be very spotted. As far as I know, I had found that it was because of the slurry. I might be wrong. That might just be, might have been something else that caused that issue, but I seem to remember it being because of that. But yeah, we'll still give it a try. We'll see how it is. First things, we'll do the grass field first. Get as much as we can on there. I think we have 40,000 liters in total to put down, which it'll probably go a little ways. It's possible I can set how much I want for the canola too, so maybe I can set it to do whatever it needs. Or I'll try to do like half of what it needs or something. That way it's still going to be under that threshold, so it's not going to put too much down. We'll see how far it goes. We'll see. I'll also have to... I'm assuming I'm going to have to turn on both. Yeah, turn on slurry tanker, so I would assume I'll have to turn on both. Yeah, there is an automatic rate, so maybe I want to not do an automatic rate too. Obviously the grass I would want it, but is that going to be best for the canola? Because I'm kind of just putting it down in that case. I thought this would be enough, but or probably towards the bigger size for our tractor, but yeah, that's pretty rough of a turn. Obviously when it's full is going to be when it's the worst. It is applying it how it should. I do want to put steering assist on to make it a little bit easier. I'm not sure if this is putting enough down for grass, I would assume. I assume it's based off of grass. It's not just adding whatever amount. It should be based off of grass. And we are already almost 40% down, and we're not even one strip in, so yeah. We're not even going to have enough to really test it, probably, on the canola field to see how that works. Yeah, possible I'll either want to consider looking at a smaller one, because this is definitely not pulling the greatest, or consider a bigger tractor, which is not really something we need. So, two things I'm not really sure on, because obviously, clearly 400 horsepower is not enough. We'd want more, which is weird to think about. We'd almost want closer to that 500 mark all of a sudden. That's a lot. So, maybe, but it's a lot of horsepower. And yeah, we don't have anything here. Well, this would be in here. It's a significantly smaller capacity. That was my biggest reason why I went with this one, because I wanted a larger capacity, and clearly that may not have been the best bet. Or even this one, but yeah. Clearly it might be a little bit on the big side. For what we need and use it for, it's probably way too big, admittedly. But at the same time, it's not like it's be used that much. And once we get going, it seems fine. We'll see how I feel about it once I've had it for a little bit. I think that's what we'll do. Obviously, it's possible once I've used it for a while. It's like, it's not that bad for how little we use it or something. We definitely won't have enough, I don't think, to do this field. At least it doesn't appear like that. Obviously, you hit certain spots where you're going to apply a lot more, and then obviously, you go through more then. Like, trust me, I do like this because it's obviously huge. But yeah, we'll have to see how it runs in the future. It might have been really slow here because maybe I took the turn too wide or too tight, I should say. That could be it. We'll see. I'll try to make the same turn, but with only 9,000 liters. Yeah, oh yeah. It was likely my own fault. There's also a slight bit of a hill in there. So it would be worst case scenario. And likely for how little this is left. I'm basically just going to kind of drive until it's out. They'll probably be out on this first strip down. More likely this is too far past the point where this will actually affect this cut. So it wouldn't be till next, I'm assuming. I'm assuming, at least. I thought in one farming sim game you could do it like right when it was ready, you could apply it, and then it would still work, even though, I mean, it really shouldn't, but... Alright, so I'll get this put into here for the time being. And we'll go over to the combine. And really, it's only going to be for a short period, so I'm just going to put this probably outside the header instead of putting it behind where the combine sits. Because literally next month we'll be using that header again, so no reason to kind of shove it in the corner if it's gonna be used super soon. Now I am assuming that we'll have way more corn than what we need, or what we have for even oats or anything like that, so that is something I'll have to keep in mind. And maybe that soybean field, maybe we'll put oats in there and we'll try to get enough to hopefully try to offset this. It uses the same amount of oats as it does corn, and we'll probably get, I don't know, 50, 60,000 liters of corn from this, and we have 17,000 liters of oats in there. So obviously that's not going to go very far. You know, this field takes a little bit longer than you kind of assume it would. It's just like, it's not that large of a field, but corn header isn't huge either. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and start up a time lapse for this, so I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
Lately I feel stuck to my bed, and you're the only one who keeps me moving on. And I know it's just what I get, turning the TV on with all that's going on. Stand by me and tell me I'm alright, when everything that we knew started to fall right through, right through. 'Cause all I need is a guiding light. Oh, I could be falling too, but I'm not alone when I'm with you. Let's get a ride out of town to the lake and play our favorite song, and we can get along. Oh, we can dance through 100 earthquakes, and when the world is gone, I know where I belong. Yeah, stand by me and tell me I'm alright, when everything that we knew started to fall right through, right through. 'Cause all I need is a guiding light. Oh, I could be falling too, but I'm not alone when I'm with you.
Alright, so we're just about done here. Just that little bit up here to finish out. I'm kind of almost leaning towards not doing the canola, as much as that was the original plan. This took a little bit longer than I initially thought it would take to do. I figured it'd be like a 15-minute thing, and yeah, it was closer to like 25 minutes. And like I've said in the past, I always do record for about an hour, so it took up a significant chunk more. So what I'll likely do is I'll check this field out. I'll see if it needs lime. It might. I'm honestly not sure, but it might need lime. If it does, I'll get it limed, and then I'll just get it planted, I think, and then we'll call it that, and then next month we'll worry about getting that field planted. It will get done next month. We don't have enough things going on to delay it another month, at least. Well, pH is bad in loam, I see that. So yeah, it'll definitely need lime. Ooh, 900 liters from fitting. So close, yet so far. We'll just get this put into the production then. We can get the raisin cereal at least started. So I can move the raisins over and a little bit of honey that I have there over. And at least get started, but obviously we will be quite a bit short on oats. So that will be one of the next field, probably that one over there that currently has soybeans in it. I know I was talking about possibly trying to do the soy sauce. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because obviously I'm trying to keep the raisin cereal production going, and then I think, is that wheat over there? So that would be like whole wheat bread, or is it just like barley or something? Oh, soybeans. Oh, well, maybe we'll do soy sauce with one of these two fields then. I thought it was like wheat or something because it was like a month after. I kind of just assumed that it was something else. Yeah, one of those two fields will go to soy sauce then. Probably the longer one, maybe, or maybe I'll just do both. I mean, I don't know. We got enough time before it's being sold to obviously run through it. I will have to turn on this spawning eventually too, as I have a whole bunch of corn tortillas that would probably like to be spawning soon. We can hold a decent amount. Yeah, we can hold up quite a bit in there. So we will activate it for the time being at least. And we'll just grab a couple with super strength just to make it easy. We'll do this partial one and then a full one. And I might want to do one more too, maybe. Maybe we'll just do... Honestly, I should just put them all in. They're all going to go there eventually. Oh, I have a little bit in there, so it's at least starting, and then off camera I'll just put the rest of all the products, of both products in there. Just so it can continue on this way and get started. Yeah, first time I've made cereal in Farm Sim. Never had all the products and everything lining up. Although, if it's that same recipe, I know in... where is it at? Over here. I know in the first survival challenge, I most definitely had all the productions needed. I guess I, for whatever reason, decided not to do it, but... Maybe I'll do like 2 of those fields and oats too, because the corn will be ready fairly quick. Or do I put oats in it? Switch it up. Put oats in there. I mean, I could. It's nothing saying I can't. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But we'll go over here and we'll use this to do... Oh, I got 2 fields I can do oats in literally next month for planting. And I can easily just use the corn for something else. I'll definitely want to get this filled up. Because obviously I don't want to drive all the way back over here if we run out. So we'll buy extra even. So this should be able to fill it up all the way, and I think a full one should be able to do that whole field, no problem. Then we'll get it planted. Yeah, even, well, actually, these fields probably wouldn't get planted next month. Or maybe I only do one of the 2 soybean harvests or something and focus on planting. That might be it too. That field, it's fairly large, so it will take a while to plant the canola. These over here aren't terrible, but... Obviously this one won't take it, you know, obviously the canola field won't take as long as the harvest does. Because I want to say the width is more, the planting speed is more, or higher. So it goes fairly quick in that sense. And you don't have to stop and unload. Make sure we are full with. And steering assist. I was not lined up. I thought I was a little bit more lined up than I thought I was. Yeah, there we go. Off we go. Get it topped off. The worst portion was the loam. So obviously, yeah, you can see it's adding more than the other sections. The loam is always the first thing to go bad. I'm assuming it just takes more out of that soil. But you get better, well, even silty clay, it's adding a lot. But you get better yield out of loam, so you put a little bit more into it and you get a better yield. So there's pros and cons. It's pros and cons. It's not like silty clay where you're going to put a lot into it and you still won't get much of a harvest. Much of a yield out of it. That's how it seems to work. How it seems to be. 0.75 silty clay. I want to say you use a lot more seeds too for your seed rate. Obviously that starts adding up, so that's why I always say I'm trying to find the loam section to check, because that is always going to be the first thing that goes bad. Oh, this is actually like perfect width almost. Nice. It works out pretty well. Now then this whole field will be good. We'll get it planted. I keep going back between corn and oats. It's tough because the oats would be nice because we could put it right into that production earlier than if I try to do one of those fields. And if I put corn in here, then I'm going to have way more corn than I'll have cereal or oats. I'll probably do corn, and then we'll maybe do both of those fields into oats or something. I think long term, I'm going to try to make most of the corn and the oats and stuff into cereal. And that's where our honey will go and our raisins. The raisins will likely produce a lot more than what we'll be able to actually go through. I can already see that, but whatever extra we have, we can sell in there. Because that will just continuously make raisins. So we'll do corn, and then I think maybe 2 of those fields over there will be oats. We have the money to experiment a little bit on those things and kind of see what works best. I think going a little bit more into cereal might be nice. But we'll still obviously need corn for that. Off we go. Well, I'll just go ahead and start with a short little time lapse. Shouldn't be too long, and we'll get this field all finished out. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Stuck to my bed.
Alright, so I'll final little strip here for the corn planting. Oh, it was nice and quick. Nice and quick. So yeah, next time I'll definitely get the canola field done. It has to be planted next month. I don't want it sitting there too long, because otherwise it's like, you know, just sitting there not doing anything. It's not making us money or anything. I'll definitely put a lot of effort into making sure that gets done. So I don't think it'll be the first thing done, because it will take a little while, but we'll see. I mean, we do have obviously the staff field there would need to be sprayed and stuff. Then maybe we can plant it right away, or maybe we do that harvest over there too. One of those 2 harvests, and then go from there. Just gotta be smart with it and make sure we get it done. Yeah, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.